This is Glenn Rice with Clearview Sewer Cams. We're located at 763 Lois Avenue, Newbury Park, California, 91320. Today is March 6th, 2023. We're performing a video sewer inspection through a 4-inch ABS mainline sewer cleanout located just in the plant area to the right of the front door. This goes out towards the front of our property here. This is our 4-inch ABS mainline sewer cleanout here located in the plant area on the right hand side of the front door. So again, we're just going to go ahead and zero out our camera monitor here, and we're going to drop down and begin our video sewer inspection. We are running a little bit of water just in our kitchen area just to help us keep our camera lens clear. We'll pull back just a little bit. It does appear that we immediately transition into vitreous clay sewer pipe. So again, as soon as we drop down, we do transition immediately right into vitreous clay sewer pipe. So again, we're going to go ahead and continue to push out. Coming up on our first joint, we'll pull back a little bit. And again, we do add a little bit of offset in that joint there from about the 7 o'clock going up and around about the 12 o'clock. So again, we'll continue to push out. And that joint appeared to be in fair condition. We'll continue to push out. And we're coming up on our next joint. This joint here does appear that we do have a root intrusion in this joint. What we're going to do is we're going to pause here for a moment. We're going to run a little water with our hose. We don't have a lot of water coming through. Okay, again, we just ran a little bit of water to help clear our camera lens. As you can see, we do have a large root intrusion in this joint. So again, we're just going to go ahead and continue to push out. And coming up on our next joint, and again, a little bit of root intrusion in that joint as well. I'm going to pull back just a little bit. You get a little bit of root intrusion coming in right around the 10 o'clock area. Again, we'll continue to push out. And we're coming up on our next joint. And you can see in this joint, it does appear that we do have another large root intrusion in that joint from about the 9 o'clock going all the way up and around to about the 12 o'clock area. So again, we'll continue to push out. And coming up on our next joint. And that joint appears to be in fair condition. Continue to push out. And we're coming up on our next joint. We'll push in slowly. And that joint appears to be in fair condition. We'll pull back just a little bit more. And that joint appears to be in fair condition. We're pulling back just a little bit. There's another joint there. We do have quite a few joints right here. We're going to pull back slowly. Just take a good look. Okay, again, as we pull back, you can see that we do have some water running right around the 3 o'clock area. And that's our kitchen tie-in. So what we're going to do is we're going to push in just a little bit. We're going to mark that area up. So we're going to pause here for a moment. Okay, we went ahead and marked this area here at 4 foot 9 inches deep in the grass just to the right of the driveway in the grass, and we did mark it with a red flag. And this is our kitchen tie-in area. So again, we're going to go ahead and continue to push out slowly. Coming up on the next joint, we'll pull back just a little bit. A little bit of an offset in that joint there, from about the 9 o'clock going up and around to about the 3 o'clock area. A little bit of a gap. Again, we're going to go ahead and continue to push out. And coming on our next joint, that joint appears to be in fair condition. And coming up on our next joint, and that joint appears to be in fair condition. And coming up on our next joint, and that joint appears to be in fair condition. And we're coming up on our next joint, and that joint appears to be in fair condition. Coming up on our next joint, and that joint appears to be in fair condition. And our next joint appears to be in fair condition. I'm going to push in just a little bit. This does appear to be our test tee. So what we're going to do is we're going to pause here for a moment. We're going to just locate this area. Okay, we went ahead and located this area. We did mark it with a red crayon at approximately 2 foot 6 inches deep on the sidewalk, just next to the grass on the sidewalk. Again, we're approximately 1.5 feet onto the sidewalk from the property line. So again, this does appear to be our property line to lateral transition. So again, we're going to continue to push out. It does appear that we're transitioning to what appears to be concrete sewer piping. So we're going to pull back just a little bit. We're going to mark this area. And push in a little bit. Okay, we went ahead and located this area. We did mark it with the red crayon on the brick pavers in the parkway at 6 foot 2 inches deep. Again, this is just on the opposite end of the sidewalk. So again, we are transitioning to what appears to be concrete sewer piping. But again, we'll push out and take a good look. Coming up on our first joint. And that joint appeared to be in fair condition. We'll pull back a little bit. Push in. Yeah, and that joint appeared to be in fair condition. Again, we'll continue to push out. And we are on a cul-de-sac. So we're possibly just going to roll into the city sewer tie-in. So again, coming up on our next joint, and that joint appears to be in fair condition. A little bit of neoprene band right around the 9 o'clock, but nothing major.
You want me to take a picture of them on the roof? I mean, you can pull them up on the listing too.
So again, continue to push out.
And you guys normally, you've done it with...
Coming up on the next joint, and that joint appears to be in fair condition. Coming up on our next joint, we'll pull back just a little bit. And that joint appears to be in fair condition. We'll continue to push out. And again, coming up on our next joint. Continue to push out. Coming up on our next joint here. Pull back a little bit. And a little bit of erosion in that joint there, right around the 3 o'clock area. But again, everything still seems to be passing through. So we're going to push in. Nothing major. And we make a little bit of a turn. And we're going to drop down into our city sewer tie-in. So we're going to pause here. Okay, again, we're going to go ahead and continue to pull back. As I mentioned, this is our city sewer tie-in. There's water flowing just beneath us there. We don't have a lot of water flowing. We are on the cul-de-sac, and we're one of the 3 houses on the cul-de-sac. So again, we're just going to pull back. And again, our saddle appeared to be in fair condition.
Okay, so we don't need...
I mean, as long as they...
So again, we'll continue to pull back.
Paint it over, replace it with battle wood.
And all our joints in the concrete sewer piping all appear to be in fair and maintainable condition. So again, we'll just continue to pull back.
Perfect.
Any other questions?
No, I think we're good.
I can show you a picture. Well, I took at the attic while I was there.
Again, took a good look at all these joints on the way out, and all our joints in the concrete sewer piping appear to be in fair and maintainable condition. So again, we'll continue to pull back.
Oh,
Brass.
Oh, yeah.
So they've been pretty much missing.
Okay.
You see there?
Oh, I believe you. Yeah, I want to show it to my
Sure.
buyer.
So again, we'll continue to pull back.
Okay, if you could just text those to.
And again, as I mentioned, all the joints in the concrete sewer piping all appear to be in fair and maintainable condition. So again, we'll continue to pull back, and as we pull back, we're transitioning back into our vitreous clay sewer pipe. And again, in our vitreous clay sewer piping, we did have a couple of root intrusions in the vitreous clay sewer pipe. We do have a tree here in the front yard, so those roots do appear to be penetrating the joints in that area, probably from that tree. So again, we're just going to go ahead and continue to pull back. And we did mark our transitions from the vitreous clay sewer pipe to concrete sewer piping. So again, we'll continue to pull back. And again, once we get back to the office, we'll view this once again, and we'll take a really good look at it. Make sure we didn't miss anything. So again, we'll continue to pull back. There's our tie-in from our kitchen. Again, we marked that area as well with the red flag in the grass. And again, we'll continue to pull back.
Take care. Bye-bye. Let me know when you need me to come out here, you guys.
So again, we'll just continue to pull back. Again, we did mark these root intrusions.
The buyers are coming back, so just.
Again, more root intrusion in that joint. And again, that is just in our front yard. We'll make a little bit of a turn. And we'll transition back into our black ABS sewer pipe at our cleanout. And we come up and out of the cleanout. And that will conclude our video sewer inspection.